I had one of my good college buddies over the other night, and I was telling him on how I started a YouTube channel and some of the reviews that I was doing. And more specifically, I was talking about my Maxpedition reviews, simply because I knew he was really into Maxpedition gear. And he said, you know what, I got my Pygmy Falcon II EDC on me today. What do you think I do a quick review for you? So what do you think I said? Hell yeah. Now, he wants to remain anonymous simply because of professional reasons, and I completely understand that, and I will respect it. So I won't give you his name, and you're not going to see his face. And with no more introductions, here's the review.
Hey folks, I'm here to talk about the Pygmy Falcon II today. Although I've owned many Maxpedition bags, this is actually the first one and probably the only one I'm going to review because it's definitely my favorite. First things first, we'll go over the usual basics. By now, if you're watching this video, you're aware of Maxpedition's quality, but just to review, 1000 denier ballistic nylon, YKK zippers, and my favorite part of the structure of the bag is the bottom here. Almost feels like flexible PVC material. You can put this bag just about anywhere, straight down. And as you can see, after 3 years of daily use, still looks brand new. In fact, the whole bag, this handle still feels really firm. It's also one of my favorite features about the construction. On either side of it, it's box stitched, so there's good load capacity, but what I love is that it doesn't just collapse in your hand, it still feels very firm. The self-release buckle on the front, this was a record-breaking cold day in New England, and plastic is brittle. It sheared right off. However, I still use it daily. Still works, still does its job. Like I said, 1000 denier ballistic nylon, the YKK zippers that are self-healing will never jam. Had this bag 3 years. Doesn't have a scratch on it. The stitching's in perfect shape. The back is actually very comfortable. So actually what I've noticed about Maxpedition is they also do a pretty good job padding the back. As long as you have flat loading on the inside, it's very, very comfortable, and this backpack is no exception. I feel like the straps though on this bag are overkill. I don't use them for anything. I've tried. The only exception is when I use a water bladder. I like to loop it through here and through here, and it works pretty well. Otherwise, the straps are good for the sternum strap, and that's really about it. The side pockets I'll get into more detail, but they are just awesome because when you don't need them, the bag fits between your shoulder blades. And on top of that, because of the clamshell opening, you have very high capacity for storage. It's really, for storage, the best of both worlds. On all the reviews I've seen on this bag, I've heard nothing but criticism on this lower portion, but I can't disagree more, and let me tell you why. For one thing, it makes the bag look so different. You know, if this extended down, it'd be just another backpack, especially in profile. If you look at the bag in profile, this cutoff just makes it look so unique. It's not only small and narrow, but it's got a different style to it as well. On top of that, in terms of personalizing your bag, it gives you options. So I like khaki and red combination. I also love cars, and if you notice with red cars, a lot of the interiors come in a tan color. So red being my favorite color, I chose to go with the red sunglasses case with the khaki colored bag. I think it's a beautiful look. And like I said, if you want to spruce up your Maxpedition bag, which can look a little too functional, I think this gives you a much greater option. Also, so many Maxpedition pouches can be cinched in here. I used to have 2 cocoon pouches, and like I said, if you're watching this video by now, you know what you can hold in those things, and you can really cinch 2 of them down back to back. I carried it that way for 2 years. They never budged. This is, I don't know how they do it, but it's very strong. I have a pair of very expensive sunglasses in there, and they're prescription, and I have no qualms in putting it there. So basically I'm just going to summarize my favorite exterior features of the bag. Number one, I call this the you never know clip. I just like the fact that you can stick these along the exterior, and really, like I said, you never know. Sometimes you just have to hold someone's keys or your own, or who knows, I have 2 kids, you never know what might pop up. I've already gone over this. I was talking about the external capacity of the side pouches, and if you look at the size of this thermos, pretty big thermos. Whether you're going to work or going camping, it's more than enough water for yourself, and when you don't need it, it collapses into a very narrow package. Why do I keep talking about the importance of being narrow? Is that when a bag can fit in between your shoulder blades, it's good for hiking in the woods, and it's also good for cramming inside the subway. Either way, you don't want to run into things, whether it's trees or people. The other thing I said, I'd just like to reinforce the fact that it's actually very comfortable in the back, so you can load it up nice. These I don't find as useful. I guess there's always a price to pay. In this case, a nice narrow profile doesn't really leave much room for accessories. I have a multitude of Maxpedition pouches. I've tried them all, and as you can see, there's none on here. Alright, so that was the exterior. Interior of the bag, I'm going to start with the front pocket. There's what I call, or I think Maxpedition actually calls it, a 2D pocket here. And actually, this is nice enough to carry my lunch. So inside here is the same material they use for maybe a cooler to keep things cool, regulate temperature. So I put my lunch right in the front. This is what I call my everyday pouch. So every day I put my wallet and phone, etc. And then my book, I commute to work every day, and I don't drive, I take the train. So these are things I will use and change every day, and that always goes in the front for the most readily available access. You may have noticed that I don't use the 2D pocket back here or any of the pen holders or the keeper. The reason being, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, but I feel like the best way to pack your bag is to not use any of the features that come with the bag. It's to create your own organizational system and find the bag that best fits that system. Functionally speaking, the best part of the Pygmy Falcon II is the clamshell style opening. This bag is remarkably simple. It's 2 pieces of 1000 denier ballistic nylon zipped together. I love how much you can fit in here and organize yourself in such a narrow package. So we'll start with emergencies. Emergency beanie, emergency jacket, which is waterproof and windproof. And at the front of the bag again, emergency eyewear. So jacket, hat, and eyewear. If you're CPR trained, I like to keep a first aid kit at all times. I'm not going to go into the contents, but what I also like to keep with it is the quick reference guide to first aid along with my first aid kit. Obviously, you go to work every day. This is my work pouch, everything necessary for work. I have a couple of hobbies. These are miscellaneous knickknacks for my hobbies. For example, there's a guitar pick in here. And then this is emergency tools. So I went with the double pouch system. This is the fatty organizer and the mini organizer. And in the mini, we have the Bic style and the butane style lighter, Spyderco, flashlight, multi-tool. And in the fatty is allergies, hand sanitizer, bug spray, and eating utensils, down to relief and in case you spilled something on your shirt, and somewhere in there is even a pack of gum. Like I said, I'm a car enthusiast, and You never know when a handbook on driving dynamics will come in handy, especially in those heated conversations. Like I said, I don't like to use features that come with the bag. I feel that you're pigeonholing yourself in terms of organization. So the rest is, I don't use these except, of course, for the first aid thing. I have one of these up here just in case, but actually what I end up doing is taking it off, and when I need a water bladder, it fits flush in here. And I don't have it to show you today, but I must say it fits perfectly. There is no exterior access from the water bladder to the strap, but it really doesn't matter. The zippers cinch it in nice, and I've used the water bladder with this bag many times. So just to summarize, there's enough emergency gear for the day, emergency clothing, emergency first aid, emergency tools, miscellaneous items you may need, miscellaneous knickknacks for my hobbies, everything I need for work, and then you have food and water on either side of the bag, emergency eyewear, and on top of that, that's just in the back pocket. In the front pocket, I have my everyday items, my lunch, my book, and my usual everyday items in that pouch. And the beauty of it is how nicely it all fits in such a narrow package. I have a pet peeve about that. I don't like bags that bulk out, that look bulky, that look heavy. They don't only have to be light, they have to look light as well. The only drawback to this bag would be that it is a backpack, and some people just don't want that. They're not as stylish as the Gear Slinger series, for example. But if you can get over the fact that it's a backpack, this thing is great in the city. It's great in the woods. It's great for travel. And I love the unique looks of it, the fact that it doesn't go down all the way. I would recommend this bag for anybody that wants to maximize their functionality in as small of a package as possible and look stylish in the process.
So what do you think? Pretty comprehensive, huh? That's the Pygmy Falcon II, a great EDC option, lots of great features, very versatile, and obviously a good fit, especially for my friend. So it might be for you too. Please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate your support, and as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care.